your conventional eyebrow tutorial that you found on YouTube. This one's a bit different. So what happens in this eyebrow method is that instead of first outlining your eyebrow and then filling it in, what you do instead is that you conceal. And that's the reason why I like to call it the Preconceal method. I hope that you guys find it useful. You do enjoy the video. Please press like, subscribe, and tell everybody else who needs to subscribe. So let's get into it.
So the first thing you want to do is to take your spoolie and just brush your hairs to sort of like shape them in a way. Next, you can take your concealer, and that's what you're going to use to pre-conceal. Now this method is very useful because then you get to predetermine the shape of your eyebrow, make it very easy in terms of how clean it's going to end up looking in the end. Also, I do prefer this method because it is a bit faster than your conventional way of first outlining your eyebrow, then going on to filling it in, and lastly in concealing. So I do think that it's more neater in that sense and also quicker. So you then obviously go on to move both your eyebrows. You can really play around up until you find the perfect, or rather the shape that you really want to achieve. So next, you don't even have to outline your eyebrow because all you got to do is just to fill it in. So I'm using my eyebrow gel from NYX. I will be linking the products that I'm using in the description box, so you can just click that quickly to see. So what you do is just use it to sort of like fill in. You do want to be careful though, because you don't want to brush off to the concealer, because if you do, then it gets the eyebrow messy. So you want to be careful in this step. If you need to, make sure you work as slowly as possible, just so you don't end up messing the eyebrow up. Now this next step is not necessary, but I like to do it. So you can take an eyebrow pencil if you feel like your eyebrows are not as dark as you want them to be and you want them to be darker. You just take your eyebrow pencil and refill on top of the eyebrow gel. This helps in getting it more darker than it already is. I mean, I am very dark skinned, so the darker my eyebrows, the better for me. The next, you just brush your hair, sort of like blending it all together. It really helps also to brush because it brushes, or rather makes your eyebrow hairs lie down. So next, you just need to blend your concealer. Rather, we call this step cleaning it up. So you just sort of like brush your concealer deep into your foundation. You know, you're just blending everything in really. You really also want to be careful with this step, because if you are not, you might end up missing the eyebrow as well. So it's very important that you do work slowly here, and then obviously with time your pace can increase depending on how confident you are in your blending skills. So you just want to blend that up until, if you do want, or if you feel that the concealer is too much, you can also like wipe it, but I prefer not doing that because also means that you're wiping your foundation off. So what I do instead is to take my eyebrow my beauty blender, and I blend everything in. Just to make sure that the eyebrows are the way you want them to be. You can like rebrush your hairs and reblend up until everything looks the way you want them to look. And that's much it.